everyone. Welcome to the She's a 10 times 5 show. I'm Lori, and my friends Michelle, Randy, Marcia, and special guest hosts are mixing it up and joining me to do what girlfriends do best, chat from the heart. Whether it's celebrity stories or serious topics, we're talking about it and coming in hot. Join us as we bring you the aha moments of learning, reflection, inspiration, and of course, a whole heck of a lot of fun. Let's go. This episode is brought to you by She's a 10 times 5. I'm Lori. I've got our Tampa resident and friend, Michelle. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you. Welcome, Lori.
There it is, the songbird. All right, we've got a sledgehammer coming into Studio 50 today. Why don't you tell? Exciting. Yeah, this was your get. This is your wheelhouse. Let's do a flyby for our listeners on who we got coming in to dazzle.
Okay. She's many things, entrepreneur, former model, but she is one of the former stars of a Real Housewives of Atlanta, Miss Cynthia Bailey.
Yeah. And man, she's got a presence for real.
She is beautiful. So beautiful inside and out. That's what I love. And I can't wait to just talk to her and, talk about the RHOA.
Yeah.
And then what she's doing now, because she acted years ago and she's doing acting now. And so she's really just, what I love is that she's always kind of leveling up, and she's done so many different things in her career professionally. And so I want to dive in and talk about it.
Yeah. And, blow me away that she's 56, because it's not fair to look that good at 56. But what's really great is I think she's a very honest spokesperson for women and aging women. And so I'm going to get really excited to dive into that, because I think she's going to have a good lens on it, and she's going to give us thoughtful information about her journey, and she's going to crush it.
Absolutely. Oh, and we're going to talk about her. She's an ambassador for Seagrams. And so we're going to have a little... Yeah, we got our little cocktails.
We've already started, Cynthia. You're behind, baby. You're going to have to catch up. All right, here we go. But first, we've got Randy, the Crawdaddy Crawford, with hard yes, hard no. Let's go.
Hi, guys. My name is Randy Crawford, and I'm a life coach. And my philosophy is simple. When we know better, we do better. No judgment. But with me, it's always a hard yes or a hard no. But I'm just so excited about today's interview, because the girls are talking with Cynthia Bailey, who is an ex-Real Housewife. So here's why I love this subject. I personally have been watching the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for years, and I love it. And this is why I love it, because for me, it's my guilty pleasure. I don't care if you judge me for it, judge away. It is what I like to do to turn my brain off. There's something really cool about watching other women's drama. It's not my drama. So I enjoy it a lot. But here's the thing. It's kind of weird, but our society has all of a sudden deemed that if we watch reality TV, we know these people. And we as a society are putting so much energy and effort into their dramas and their issues. And the lines have gotten really, really crossed. And it's weird. It's almost like an addiction. And so here's where I'm coming in with a really hard no. I talked about in my last episode how important it is to maintain your friendships, and that it takes a lot of work. I would say to come in at a hard no with blurring these lines and feeling like you know the people on reality TV, and a hard yes with putting that same energy and effort that you do into these celebrities' lives into your own life. So I'm not saying ditch the reality TV. It's fun. I love it. I do it. We should all do it. Why not? Like, let go, enjoy, but then let go. let go, move on, and stop getting so involved in other people's dramas. I promise you, you will live a much happier life if you do this. Just watch it for what it's worth.
Okay, everyone, now it's time for our show. Welcome, Cynthia.
Hi, ladies.
Hello,
Hi.
hello. You know, she doesn't disappoint, Michelle. We were talking about her amazing beauty and look, she shows up and there it is.
Well, I just recently celebrated my 56th birthday. And I have to say, 56 is a little different from 55. I really made 50s a thing with women of my age and just really ran toward it. But now I'm kind of like, okay, I can just quietly age for the rest. It doesn't have to be such a big turn up, but I'm just so incredibly grateful to just even see another year. It's a blessing. Honestly, getting older is a luxury that everyone does not get. So
that is very, very true. And especially at our age, in fact, we were talking about this earlier, Michelle, is, as you age, you have adults, parents that age, you have your kids that age. And so even, illnesses strike the ones that you love. So you do have to be grateful for every day.
Yes. My mother's actually a breast cancer survivor. And that was a huge turning point for me because I'm the oldest of 3 children. I'm recently divorced. This all happened toward the end of that time for me. And I ended up coming back to Atlanta, to Lake Bailey, to take care of her, to just help her with her appointments, doctor's appointments, and just to, be there to support her throughout her breast cancer journey. And I have to say, just from a mental wellness perspective, I think once she found out that she had breast cancer, I think mentally she just went to a darker place in her mind. I'm going to die. She's older, 70s. And I don't feel like people talk about that part of it enough. And even, just going to the doctor with her to those appointments to, you need a second set of ears to just even listen to the different things.
Oh, yeah.
Because she just was having a hard time even just processing everything. Because I even had a million questions after they would explain. So, but that said, just going back to health at this point in my life, health is definitely a huge priority for me. I'm in the gym with a trainer 3 days a week now, and that is very new for me, 2023. I'm putting all the energy that I put into all these other things my whole life, career, marriages, booze, bays, whatever. I'm putting it into myself now. And I think it shows. I think it really shows. I feel better than ever. So,
well, you look amazing. So,
yeah. And I've seen those videos of you getting after it in the gym.
Yeah,
and that's no joke. Yeah, you got the kettlebells going and
the
everything.
TRX and the ropes. Yeah, that's the way to do
I hope that I'm inspiration because I was not a workout girl until about 3 months ago. Honestly, I was always one of those girls always making an excuse. Genetically, I was blessed I had a good run. And then, the 50s just betrayed me in that way, just in terms of physically, being able to bend down, get up, the knees start going, and the 40s, the eyes, you start needing the readers and all that stuff. Regardless of what I look like on the outside, I really had to start just taking care of myself. So to anyone out there that does not feel like getting up and working out, it really was a game changer for me because not only am I healthier, I just feel stronger, and it just really just mentally, actually, I just feel good after I work out.
Yeah, I definitely think that makes a difference. It's that, yes, you're stronger, but it's the mental strength that comes with it. You just feel powerful.
Yes, 100%. And I think that's just as important as, just being physically together because, mental, your mental, that, factors into every part of our lives, just being able to deal with, things, emotionally. So,
are you seeking luxurious pickleball products, services, and amenities that fit your discerning taste? Elevate your game on and off the court with Luxury Pickleball as your source for curated luxury vacations, high-quality designer apparel, bags, products, and coaching with top 10 pros. Luxury Pickleball offers exhilarating high-end vacation experiences in beautiful destinations with exquisite amenities and activities. Aside from our custom-designed pickleball paddles, we also carry brands like Prada, Yola, Phoenix Portier, Smart Wool, Hedge, and many more. Our world-class pros can provide individual or group training at your chosen location. Imagine having a top 10 pro join you and your friends at your next luxury vacation. Luxury Pickleball, quality on and off the court. Let's go.
Well, you've dealt with a lot with all of your years on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, I look back now and I'm like, did I really do 11 consistent years as a consistent peach holder? It's like a dream, like a blur. I look back and I'm like, wow, how did I do it? And, that's one of those things where when I do look back on my housewife journey, you just do what you have to do and what what you're supposed to do. I just really feel like those years were a part of my story. And as I transition into my acting career, it was just a great platform to at least get known on and get that celebrity on. And, it's funny because as an actress, most people may think, oh, it's probably easy for her to transition into acting. But I find as a reality star turned actress, I have a lot to prove because a lot of times the thespians, don't necessarily take us seriously. They're like, okay, here comes this reality star, over here thinking she's going to be this big actress now. So I find myself with my projects, which I've been blessed enough to do quite a few in this year that I focused on my acting. I find myself really trying to really overprove myself and extra working and just, really wanting the respect of my fellow actors and actresses and the director and the producer. Like I really go in like, please don't look at me as Cynthia Bailey from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Just look at me as this Black woman of a certain age who has decided for some crazy reason to start a new career at 56 years old, which is, kind of amazing, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, such an incredible career prior to the Housewives. I mean, a very successful modeling career and even some acting, right?
Yes, a little bit of acting. I dabbled with acting a little bit throughout my modeling career, only because it came up. It was never really a focus of mine at the time. My modeling career was really where I really spent most of my energy, but just kind of having that full circle moment. Like now it is the priority. It's the priority of my life right now. I really feel like I can do this acting thing. I feel passionate about it. I enjoy it. As someone who's played themselves for the past 12 years, it's kind of nice to play a serial killer or,
Not too far off from some of the stuff they do. I mean, you started, was it in 2010 when you started Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Was it 2010? I know it was season 3. I came on with Phaedra Parks and I came on together.
That was like nothing else out there at the time. Yeah. I mean, you guys just came in swinging.
Oh, we really did. We really did. That was a good cast that we had a really great cast for many, many years because, there were organic friendships and, everybody was still kind of new. So we were still kind of figuring it out because again, it was season 3. It had only been 2 seasons before that. And I mean, who knew that it would still be, I think, what is it, season 12 now? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead, Lauren.
I'm going to just confess, I'm not a huge reality TV person, but I do lean into some of it, especially when Michelle points out certain things. That being said, we've interviewed Leah Black and she had her reasons for not rejoining Miami. I'm so curious, and I know our listeners will be as well. How much is canned and how much is it the real deal? Like all of those dynamics that happen on this show, is it scripted? Is it talked offline?
Well, I can only speak for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is absolutely not scripted. Now, what does happen, they put us in situations because maybe I just wouldn't organically go have lunch with Candy and ask certain things if I didn't know that she just had lunch with Kenya and, something went down at that lunch. You have to that show has to be somewhat produced just to move story along because, again, I wouldn't know really what to ask if I didn't know what happened in the scenes that I, maybe that I wasn't in. So not scripted, I never know what, anyone's going to bring to me. They never know what my response is going to be. So it's completely the real deal, just in terms of like, we never know what's going to happen in the scenes. Like the producers don't know what's going to happen. They don't know, like, you could say, I'm in love with you and I've been obsessed with you. And like, I could be like, oh my God, are you making me uncomfortable? Like, I can't believe this conversation. Or I could be like, oh, wow. Like, I'm so flattered. Like, when do you want to take me out for dinner? Like they have no idea how we will respond to things. So I think that's because we don't even know, like, even as the cast, we don't know what's going to happen. And like, sometimes there's situations where I may be like, oh, wow, this is going to be a really big deal when this blows up with the group, and the group may be like, oh, whatever, that's cool. Or something that's really small, which I think may not be a big deal, we end up talking about it for like 2 or 3 different episodes. So it's pretty unpredictable and pretty organic.
What about the lag time from the time you film until the show airs? Because I mean, you're seeing that stuff for the first time, right? So you have no idea how some of that plays out. Yeah,
we usually film for about 3 or 4 months. And then maybe like a month or 2 after, then we start promoting the show, and then the show airs, and then we find out who's coming back again, if we're being asked back to come back to the show, and then we start it all over again. There's not a lot of downtime. It really, really isn't, which again, looking back, it's pretty amazing to have done it for as long as I did it for. And I actually pop in a little bit this season. I was recently at BravoCon when we had it last year, and oh, wow.
It must be nuts, right, Cynthia? Because I mean, you guys are like treated like rock stars. I mean, you walked into BravoCon.
No, I didn't know. Like, if we never thought we were famous, BravoCon makes us all feel insanely famous. Our fans are phenomenal. I get to see all my other Bravo sisters and brothers on the other Bravo shows. It's pretty awesome. It's like the Bravo Oscars for that. So we get to all go and receive our flowers. But I will say, the fans really were excited to see me, and it was a bunch of like, oh my God, you have to come back, we're gonna miss you. So with that said, I kind of caught the Bravo bug a little bit again. So I was excited once I came back to Lake Bailey, to help my mom, and after my divorce, to actually like pop in on some of the scenes and support some of the ladies and some of their endeavors. So it's cool. And I actually do a little surprise pop-up on Beverly Hills recently.
I knew there was a little chatter going on whether or not you were joining that cast.
No, I'm not joining the cast. I do not have any plans to join either cast, but I do enjoy just, I have organic relationships with the ladies. So, if they're having something, I'll go and support them. And if they're filming it, they're filming it, so.
Yeah, I think that's great because, and it does seem like kind of that family atmosphere where, even though, I mean, say it loosely, because hey, families fight, right? But people pop in and show up, and there's still, even people that haven't been on the show for years are still, they showed up at BravoCon, they're still part of it.
You're like the grandma. You get the best of both worlds, right? You pop in, you play with the kids, and then you leave.
And then you leave.
And you're like, bye.
Yes, exactly. And, it's like the great thing about being a part of the Bravo family, because the show just lives on its own. Like, there's reruns from season 1. So even when you're not on the show, you're still always on the show, always, like forever. It just lives world. And, I'm pretty grateful that I have, I had and still have this platform, because it's a great way to interact with my fans. And, they like to keep up with what I'm doing. And, it's like inspiring for me to like have the support of them, because some days, I think it always looks like, we wake up and we just have it all together, and, we just have all the answers. And honestly, some days I'm like, what am I doing? What I'm not doing enough. I'm doing too much. Like, I just, sometimes question myself. And I think we can be the hardest on ourselves. But I will say, when I go to my Instagram, even if I'm just working out or whatever I'm doing, like, it's always nice to feel love from the fans saying, hey, just so proud of you, keep going. You look great. We support you. Can't wait to see what you do next. All of that positive affirmation is always nice, because again, you just don't always Like, I'm a pretty positive person, but I am a human being. So some days I wake up and I'm like,
we all need that. We all need to receive that, that positive input. So how are the relationships with the Real Housewives Atlanta cast? Like, do you still have relationships with some of them in the summer?
I do. I'm closer to some than others, but I think I'm in a pretty good place with all of them. And that's a good place to be in, especially since I don't really come to the playground to play that much. So when I do show up, it's all love. But yeah, I'm excited for the new season for the ladies. I'm excited that it's still going. It looks like I just saw the season trailer and it looked pretty crazy. I was actually in it for like a second, where I go to support my friend Kenya. She is doing for Kenya Moore Hair Care. She's opening up a salon, and I go and support her for that. And I've been a couple of times to support Candy and Drew. It's good. The ladies, they're killing it. I think it's going to be a great season.
Oh, absolutely. And I have to ask about the ultimate. What was it called? The Ultimate Girls with that crazy
Ultimate Girls Trip. Yeah.
Well, it was like the ultimate nightmare for me.
That was absolutely, like, what I love about you is that you are like, like you really keep it, you keep it real, but you still stay in a line of like respectability. Sometimes it just goes nuts. And I try to picture myself like with my friends in that. And I'm like, yeah, no, I mean.
Well, what was so funny about that trip was I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. This is going to be a cakewalk. It's only like 8 days. Kenya and I are going together representing Atlanta. I had pretty good relationships with all the other ladies. I was looking forward to, I didn't really know Teresa that well, Teresa Giudice, but we had friends in common. So I was like, I had like a million questions for her. And we actually really ended up connecting, and we're great friends today as a result of that trip. And, Kyle and I have like share like a best friend in common. And I was like, oh, Kyle's going to be my girl. She was, of course, like the first person I got into it with. Like, wait a minute.
She's a tough one. Yeah.
What about Ramona? Are you friends with her?
Ramona. You know what? Ramona actually, I think she bumped heads with pretty much everyone at one point or the other, but I really left in a good place with her. I just had to sometimes you just have to let people be themselves. And Ramona is Ramona. And I think she really means well. And, I just, whenever we bumped heads, I said what I need to say. And I just tried not to dwell on it. I have a hard time letting things go. Like if I'm upset with you, I don't want to go have a margarita like 5 minutes later with you.
Like everybody's saying, move on. I'm like, wait, I haven't moved on. Like,
in real life, you would like put these people on ice for like 2 weeks at least. You wouldn't just like immediately be like, hey, yeah, okay, well, that was that. And so let's go have a drink now. No, I still want to be pissed off.
Yeah. And then now you're confined to this space.
But, I have to say, and this is one of the things that I want to put out there, just even, me being so transparent with my age is am in full blown menopause. And that was like on that trip was the beginning of that journey for me. So I was just hormonally all over the place. I did not have a lot of patience. I was moody. I, was just really dealing with a lot of the symptoms that come with menopause. And what I love is just being able to actually just even share that with you guys. Like, I love
to say this, Cynthia, too. We felt like watching it, like as a fan, like I was with you in that. Like, I was like, I totally get what she's feeling right now. Like, I'd be like, I don't have time for
I was so emotional. I was like, oh my God, everything hurt my feelings. I was in my feelings all the time. I just was like, just give me love or just leave me alone. Like,
it was completely relatable.
Oh, for sure. But, again, when you have most of the women on that trip were at least in their 40s, if not all of them. And, menopause is not an age thing. You can go, through menopause starting in your 40s or whatever. So, with that said, I just looking back, I'm like, wow, this is a very interesting time in my life because I am just getting older and, it's a real conversation with women who are, dealing with menopause. And I'm glad that, I'm able to just really just talk about it and, just address it and just say what it is. And it's not something to be embarrassed about as a woman. It's just part of getting older, which is a luxury, which is a blessing. I'm grateful to even be alive, that I even get to go through menopause. So, I'm gonna have to cough Ultimate Girls trip up to the ultimate menopause.
Oh, the
that
cruise
one
of
was
menopause.
easy. One of the things I want to bring up, and then Lori has questions.
Yes.
One of the things I think is so remarkable about the show is that it's like this, catalog of all these years. Is your daughter Noelle was 8 years old when you started the show,
and she's 23 now.
I mean, how beautiful is that? And she got to experience this, and you get to go back and watch those old episodes, and just you have this in your catalog for the rest of your life.
It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Noelle, didn't really have a choice actually at 8. Once I decided to join the show, she was a part of my package. She was a part of my story. And, she is 23 years old now. And I am just really enjoying just watching her grow up to be the young lady that she is. She is so much like me in ways that I never thought she would be. I think sometimes children of, people that are on TV or celebrities or whatever you want to call us, like a lot of times they want to go the opposite route. They're like, I don't want to have any parts of that. Her dad, Leon, is an actor as well. So Noelle has been around the industry her entire life. And I have to say, as her mom, just watching her, like, even though she didn't tell me the whole time she was paying attention, she's been paying attention to me the entire time since she was a young girl. And she's just so classy and so smart and just, her own person. And I am just so proud of her. Like, honestly, I really,
you should be. And that stems from you. And she got to model and model your behavior and how you've handled yourself and navigated through a pretty tough, reality TV isn't easy. And to also see, you as an entrepreneur and going through the businesses. I remember those episodes when you were doing the modeling agency and she was modeling and the handbags and so forth. So, I mean, that's a testament to you.
Yeah. And you know what, as an entrepreneur, I'm glad you brought that up. One of the things that I decided once I knew I would be on the show for a few years was to actually start and showcase a business every season. And the Bailey Agency School of Fashion was my first one. And then I did my Cargo by CB bag line. And then I did my Cynthia Bailey eyewear. And whoa, I mean, looking back, sounded like a good idea, but it just was a lot of work, like really, having all of those different businesses and, being on a TV show and being a mom. So it just feels good to be at a point in my life now where I'm kind of like prioritizing things a little bit. Like I really want to be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Like I still have a pretty crazy work ethic and I'm pretty busy still, but now I want I want to go on like vacations, like 2 or 3 times a year. Like I want to have time to go on vacations 2 or 3 times a year. Like I want to be one of those people that like go away for like the entire month of December. Like I think that's amazing to be able to do that. And I want to set my life up to do that. I want to find love again. I want to like be able to spend more time with Noelle. I want the balance of it all with, still not compromising my dreams and goals and, just being able to, just take care of myself.
Yeah. Well, you're in the place in life where being present, we've talked about now a couple times of, we're lucky to be here, but I do think we gain like a lot of perspective that how do we balance being present and still sustaining our business goals and our passions and all of those things. And it's challenging. We can do it anywhere, but then we're always doing it because we have devices. So, and I can't even imagine being bi-coastal and having the schedule that you have. So
it's too much is given, much is required. And God truly doesn't give you more than you can handle. But I think it's up to you to help God help you. It's like when I say my prayers at night, I always say, thank you, God, for, all of these opportunities and just for even just giving me life every day and not my will, your will be done always. But then I have to be more specific with my prayers now and say, okay, God, okay. I want to keep working, but let's scale it down a little bit and just give me like 3 amazing jobs that will cover 8 jobs. You know what I'm saying? So I am a little more specific in the things that I ask for and the things that I put into the universe now, because my health, my mental health, my time, at this point in my life means a lot to me. And I want to just have time to actually enjoy life.
Yeah.
And
me too. I'm with you.
And as women, sometimes we just do the most. We don't know when to sit down.
One mode go. So before we get into, you have something that helps us enjoy life, but I do have one question, if you wouldn't mind answering, because it's a personal curiosity, and I might have some people that are there with me on this lane. Do you have any regrets? Like 10 years in that business of reality, where do you have any things that you would have done differently?
Wow. I love that question. I don't really live my life with regrets. I just look at everything as a lesson instead of a regret. So, it was all part of the story. It's like the book is still being written. And, when you are living life, this thing called life, there's peaks, there's valleys, there's ups, there's downs, there's light, there's darkness. There's all these different things that have to happen to you in your life to help you grow and elevate as a person. Like, I can't appreciate the good times if I didn't go through some bad times or some hard times. So no regrets whatsoever. I think that I have been able to live a pretty incredible life. As a matter of fact, as someone who came from very humble beginnings in a small town in Alabama, I honestly wake up every day and I'm like, is this really my life? Like, is this really my life? Because this is like, what I dreamed about, just being able to have financial independence, being able to be successful, being able to travel the world, being able to meet all kind of interesting people. Just being able to live a quality life is a blessing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Amen. I totally agree. I think, Michelle and I talked with ladies all the time, and boy, what a blessing it is. And when you meet someone that, I was playing pickleball the other day. I'll give you an example. If you get people that can help you level up. So I was playing pickleball with someone who was super duper good. And man,
like, what is, I have to,
you gotta get in on the pickleball thing.
I'm not in it either, Cynthia. But I want to.
My girlfriend, Jill Zarin, you guys remember her from the Real Housewives of New York.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Jill the other day, and she was going on and on about me coming to visit. And I was like, yeah, I'm coming. And she's like, yeah, we got to get you started, get you into pickleball. I'm like, what? So it's so funny you brought that up, because that's on my to-do list. I have to learn how to pickleball.
It is the thing. And it is so fun because it has a social aspect to it. But I was playing pickleball with someone who was so damn good. And, watch out for those ladies with the knee braces that are 70 years old, because they will come in and kick your ass. So I'm playing pickleball, and I was with someone that, like, I was playing so well because they were helping me level up to that degree. And so I think when you surround yourself with women that push you and then are different and diverse, I think that it just makes us all just better women, smarter, faster, all of that.
I love that. I can't wait to
you're 5'11", you will crush pickleball.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm in shape too from working out. Like,
yeah.
I don't even game plays, but I'm sure I have some kind of advantage that I'm just.
Yeah, you're on my team, sister. I'm telling you what. Well, yeah. I was walking the other day with my dog, and I saw this new gal in my community, and she's 6'1". And I was watching the way she was walking. She had her dog, and she's brand new in the community. And I stopped her and I introduced myself, and I said, do you play pickleball? You're playing with me. I can tell you're going to be good. All right. I love it. Let's talk about the fun.
Mother's Day tropical sangria. This is one of our number one flavors. You make me happy. Star of this drink here. And this is for all those badass moms out there, which I think Mother's Day should be every single day for moms, because it's really, like, one day is just really not enough. No. So on Mother's Day, I'm going to make this really quick, easy drink for you guys. And if you don't follow, please make sure you guys follow Seagram Escapes on Instagram. We have so many fun recipes. And what's so great about our recipes is they're completely customizable. They're easy. They're quick. And it actually looks like you really went all out what you really did. And you can just kind of put what you want to put in it. So I'm going to start off with some ice in my glass.
You missed. There you go.
Okay. And then next, this is the Jamaica Me Happy. Jamaica
That's what I'm drinking. This is
cute
good.
little sizes that we have. And
Jamaica me happy.
And Jamaica actually sounds good right now for Mother's Day. Hopefully some of these moms can actually go to Jamaica and enjoy one of these drinks. So I'm just going to dump the whole thing in there because I want, I want all the yumminess. And then I have a bottle of white wine. You can do any white wine and Prosecco, anything that you want to do. And it's just like half a cup, but you just put how much you really, really want in it. So I usually like a little bit. Or then I have my spicy rum. Half a cup of that. Well, I'm going to put what I want to put in there. All right. Throw that in there. And then this is the fun part. All right. I have some orange slices. This is where the sangria part comes in. I have some strawberries. And again, if you don't like oranges or strawberries, you can use mango. You can use bananas. You can use whatever. I have some lemons. Put it in there. Look how pretty that's looking already.
I'm going to sit out by the pool. I got to go.
I mean, right?
All right, and then I'm going to top it off with some blackberries. All right, look how gorgeous this is.
That is really gorgeous.
You can put like, a little garnish, a little lemon wedge on top, but that is just a beautiful, gorgeous drink. And it really looks like I really went all out, and you put it in a nice, beautiful pitcher, something to pour it out in, and your guests really feel like, wow, you really went all out for me. And again, any fruit that you want to use, it's fine. You can switch it out. And again, don't worry about the measurements. Just dump in what you want to dump in. It's like totally customizable. And that's
I love that.
Isn't it good?
Yeah, because you can, listen, you can drink it this way. It tastes great, but you can elevate it. You can level it up.
And then the other great thing about just drinking it straight, if you guys want to, you can also pour the Jamaica Me Happy or any of the flavors into ice cube trays, let them freeze, and then throw the ice cubes in here as well. And then you really look like you really went all out when you poured in the ice tray, and then it looks all fancy. So super easy, super delicious, super well deserved for all the bad moms out there.
That's right.
All the good moms out there that are bad.
The baddies.
Bad.
Yeah, I got mine. Yeah, I got a quick question. This is totally off topic, So there's this philosophy on Mother's Day, and do we want to be with our kids or do we want to be in a spa? What's your take, ladies?
Spa
With Jamaica Me Happy, right? I mean, that's my jam right there.
Absolutely. I'm a huge spa person. Like, I can't think of any other way to decompress than a nice massage. Mm-hmm. And even if I can't get to the spa, even better, have the lady or the man come to my house to give me the massage. Then I don't even have to go anywhere. I just don't want anyone else in the house.
Yeah, because Mother's Day, right? We're mothers every day. So that would be a nice day to celebrate us by not being with the children.
Exactly. We don't really need to see our family on Mother's Day. Well, maybe we're on for dinner, but I think the majority of the day should just really be about us. Even just sleeping in, how great is it?
Yes. I read an article that said the best day to go to Disney is on Mother's Day because no one's bringing their kids there because moms are like, no. So if you're that's the secret. Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Because all the moms are like, no, I am not going to Disney today.
Hell no. Hell no.
That's the last place I'm going, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
So my two boys used to always get a decadent brunch on the schedule, and we'd go, and they would, and the whole time it'd be like, when can we go? When can we go? I'm like, no more. This is so not fun for me. This is stressing me out. So I am definitely going to do something like that yummy drink and get my massage.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Here's to all the baddies out there, all the bad moms out there.
Yeah.
This is really good.
Yeah, it's great. And again, I love, my partnership with Seagrams has just been such an amazing journey. You guys got to see my first cocktail, the Peach Bellini cocktail with them. And we actually showed that on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the big launch party. It was a lot of drama on that episode, but very successful launch all the same. And I think one of the things that I love about working with them the most is I work with some really, really amazing women at Seagrams. And there's not a whole lot of women in that industry. But when I tell you, it's been one of my favorite partnerships that I've ever had, because they're really into women empowerment. And we're always thinking about, ways we can, use me and the platform and the great things that we're doing there to empower other women. So we had a tour that we used to go on before COVID. We're getting ready to start that up again. And that's really what I'm all about at the end of the day is, empowering myself and also other women. We need each other. And I think it's important for us to just always put that out there and, just keep that conversation going.
Yeah. Do you know what's so great? And especially you saying that and you being a face for that is I think about a decade ago, it was the same old stodgy women that were former CEOs or, check whatever box everyone thought they should, especially men, that would stand in front of us and talk about that bullshit. And now it seems like we're really embracing such a diverse set of women to take that platform on. And I 100% love it.
Yes, no, it's amazing. I remember when I started my journey with them a few years ago, and I would they do a big conference, and I walk in and it's like 90% men with like the cowboy hats, all these like liquor guys, and they, come in from all over the United States, and just a few women. And I just was like, wow, what is this world? Like, this is a world that I would like to really make my presence known in, because I feel like, especially after being a housewife for 11 years, nobody can appreciate a cocktail more than I can. And that's another, one of my ways to, just decompress or celebrate life, with a nice, tropical sangria, what I mean?
I think that's great because you're catering to women. This is a female product.
Yes, it is.
And it's amazing to see how many times you go into the boardroom or wherever it is and you see all these men and you're like, well, wait a minute, where's the representation of women? And that's it, I'm glad to see that. That's great to hear about Seagram's and keep being the champion for that.
Yeah.
Because
Thank
Ain't
you.
no man
side and the taste, that too.
Yeah. Ain't no man can make a drink like you just made either. Let's just be honest about that, right?
No, they need more women in that industry for sure.
Tell them we'll come on.
Yeah.
We'll drink on every show.
Exactly. You see, like on Andy's show, Watch What Happens Live, the first thing they do is give us a cocktail. It always makes it better, and it's fun. Again, at this point in my life, I'm all about, celebrating life, and why not with a nice Seagram Escapes, delicious peach Bellini or Jamaica Me Happy, or any of their delicious flavors.
Absolutely.
Amen. Okay, Cynthia, what is next? Like, you kind of dangled a little bit of the carrot of you got some future projects. Anything you want to discuss with the audience?
Ooh, well, you know what? I actually, now that I've had this whole thing with deciding to make health a big priority for my life, I'm becoming a health and wellness advocate. Like, I really want to eventually, my long-term goal is to maybe do like a health and wellness retreat for women where we can all come together, and I have all these different experts in all different fields, anything and all things that concern women, and we can just ask questions and get information about how to navigate our lives and just getting older, like anything from menopause to sex issues we may be having, things we can get for like the whole range, and really having real candid conversations and getting information. Like, one of the things I just did recently was did a hormonal panel just to see what my hormones were doing and just making sure I was, not insufficient in any way. And, my testosterone was low, and I never knew to check my testosterone. So I ended up getting a pellet for that. And I've seen great results with that. But I didn't know, I feel like I'm pretty in the know. I think I'm, I'm around a lot of really smart women, but until you get that information, if somebody volunteers it, or you just know to ask the right questions, there's a lot of things that we could be doing just to make life a little bit easier for us. Because I think as boss women, we're just going to naturally be tired because we do a lot, especially if we're parents as well. So I feel like there's a lot of things out there to just kind of help us navigate and just feel better and have more energy to, just to conquer the world as we do every day. So, health and wellness is something that I'm really excited about. I actually just partnered with a CBD company called Susan's On that I'll be, debuting sometime this year in the next couple of months. CBD has been a great part of my life. My daughter suffers from anxiety. I think I'm starting to have a little anxiety, especially, as an actress, because it's, that whole process is amazing. But I can't say that when I'm sitting, in my trailer waiting for them to call me to go out to the set, I'm not like, oh God, okay, do I have it together? So, with that said and done, I just think, again, it's just all about all the different things that we can do as women to just make it a little easier. Like, life does not have to be that difficult. And it's just knowing, like, what do I need? Like, do I need to, whatever it is, like just anything, like, honestly, anything that's going to make it easier. So that's something that I'm really passionate about. And, always, I will always have, some of my businesses that, you guys can follow me on Instagram. You'll always see me posting about, my different bag lines, Seagrams, motherhood. I'm a ambassador for USA Fibroids, which is something that I suffered with for many, many years. And although I don't suffer from them anymore, a lot of women still suffer from fibroids. So I feel like, I want to help keep that conversation going, just to continue to use my voice and platform to talk about that, because, when I had fibroids, nobody was talking about it. And I talked about it on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I feel like I helped change a lot of women's lives, just making it okay and making them feel comfortable talking about it and going, to see what their options were. And just even having that conversation with their husbands, just even, before it was just like this little thing you just didn't talk about, you just suffered in silence. And those days are gone. And I'm so excited that, like, so many more celebrities are using their voice just to talk about a lot of the female issues that we go through. So, I'm just taking it day by day and really just trying to use my life, my stories, my platforms to just make people happy, bring people peace.
Well, what's great that you've done kind of throughout this interview is you're really touching on a lot of the emotional issues. And I think we'll start talking about midlife and menopause and all those things. And we start talking about the physical changes and the mental changes and, the sleep issues. But it is an emotional roller coaster that is the real deal. And if people around you don't understand that, it can make for an ugly scenario. I mean, I just sit my boys down and go, listen, guys, sometimes you do these things and I shouldn't, but I see red. And I think that as you do your wellness retreats and things like that, I think that's so great. And I think talking about the emotional side and how it is so up and down is so incredibly important.
Yeah, talking about it. It is talking about it. And kudos that you are, like you said, whether it's the fibroids or even, about testosterone. Nobody knows. And people hear that word and they're like, what is that? What do you mean? And so just having that conversation is making an impact.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I agree. Knowledge is definitely power. And I think that always good things happen when you put a great group of women together. You know what I'm saying? It's always like something to learn, like from my girlfriends. I feel like on, this Instagram world that we live in, everything looks like it's easy and everything looks like it's all unicorns and rainbows. But, we literally have to wake up every day and keep this going. It's not always easy. And I want to share anything that I have to say to anyone that's out there struggling in any way and say, whatever it is, if there's some information that I have that I can share with that woman, I want to, create some kind of platform where I can, just share and uplift.
That's awesome.
That's beautiful.
And and thank you for doing that. I mean, when you can use your platform like that, it's such a good thing.
I've used it for drama for a long time. So I mean,
but yours wasn't too. I mean, you always kept it.
Use it to help people.
You came out fairly clean,
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I had a good run. When I look back, it's a lot of amazing memories. And one of the great things about being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and being on a reality TV platform is some of the things that I did on that show, I don't think I would have done if I wasn't on that show. Like, I was just laughing, thinking about like my bachelorette party that Candy threw for me, which was crazy and they like sex swing. And I was like, I don't know if I ever would have ended up in a sex swing if I was not on a reality show. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out because I'm pretty
Right.
optimistic and excited about my new world and, you know, dating and all that stuff. But I just didn't really see it coming in that moment. So it was like, oh, okay. So I can say, you know, this is great conversation. Like, you know, what is one of the craziest things you've ever done? Like, oh, I, you know, was in a sex swing with a bunch of my crazy castmates. So yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
You guys definitely had, I mean, some great seasons, great episodes. I'm just smiling because I'm thinking of some.
Unforgettable memories.
Unforgettable. Atlanta's always been, that was always my favorite because I would always be like, like you'd be talking to the TV all the time.
Oh yeah. Unforgettable. You know, it's so funny just even navigating the dating world. Like now I'm officially divorced and, you know, for a few months now and starting to stick not my pinky toe, but my big toe into the dating world now. And I have to say, the rules have changed a lot. Like there's a lot of texting going on and I'm old school. I'm like 56. So at some point, you know, I have to say, listen, you're going to have to actually pick up the phone and call me and actually talk to me because this texting thing is like, I don't know what that is, but it's not working. So it's really fun just putting myself back out there, especially at this point in my life, because again, I'm a woman of a certain age. And, you know, although people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you're 56. My brain is 56. Like I've seen and done a lot in my life. My knees are 56. My eyes are 56. So I'm definitely a very, very grown woman, but it's been really fun. And I'm looking forward to, I don't know if I'll ever marry again. That's just between me and God if that happens. But I am most certainly, as a Pisces woman, excited to find love again.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. This was amazing. And you know what? You are stunning on the outside, but Michelle, am I right? Even more beautiful on the end.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. And I know that people are going to get a lot, especially women, out of this. And your platform, you're using it for all the right reasons. So we appreciate that so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. And thank you, ladies, for your time. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the amazing.
Cheers, ladies. Happy Mother's Day. Here we go.
A delicious Seagram Escapes tropical sangria. Okay.
I'm on it. All right. Thank you, listeners, and happy Mother's Day to everybody. Follow us on Instagram at She's a 10 times 5. You can click on the link in our bio to listen to all of our previous episodes, as well as check out our live video interviews over our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, pretty much wherever else you decide to listen to your favorite podcast. Don't forget to hit subscribe.